My coffee cup is empty, but my mind is too full. I need a sleeping pill to feel gravity's pull. I am floating above the stars and the sky, and then I fall. I am going to die. Yellow flowers and coffee cups, textbooks and empty pens. Is this my life? Summed up in the blank pages of an unwritten song, the blank pages of a cry too long, the blank pages of a poem never said, the blank pages of a man in my bed. Is this my life? I stand in line and wait for a mocha. I stand in line to fill the quota of minorities somebody needs. I stand in line of American dreamers waiting for the chance to succeed. Is this my life? No time to call my brother and say hello. No time to stop and see the flowers grow. I'm late. I can't go to the grocery store or to dinner or to the movies. I have no time to breathe. My race for success is slowly strangling me. Money before family, family before friends, friends before love. Does it ever end? Is this my life? I walk, I run, I struggle to live. Lines on my face show offenses that I cannot forgive. It's hot, it's cold, it needs to be warm, like my blood, like my sweat, like my tears. Who knew that a blank page can make me relive all of my fears? My coffee cup is empty, but my mind is too full. My body resists the gravitational pull of time. Damn, was that my life? So that's my life. You don't know what I go through. I've spent my whole life trying to avoid mistakes. I've made every correct choice to ensure that my physical body wouldn't break. So instead, I broke my mind. I wonder all of the time if not making many mistakes was my problem. Been on pills, went to therapy, all in an attempt to solve them. Minor inconsistencies, those minor self-doubts. I look to the heavens and to God I shout, deliver me, Lord. Bestow me your saving grace. Because if it was up to me, there would have been a bullet in my face or a knife to my wrist. God has brought me through, and no, my life is not blissful, but I'm grateful for the courage to continue, the capability to persist, the resolve to keep on trying, to forgive myself when I miss the mark. It's too easy to go out quickly into the night, to acknowledge your last intentional embrace. Therefore, I say my prayers, longing for his grace and the will to carry on. This one's about mental health, and it's called Pill. I feel my anxiety rise, and it takes all of my strength to survive and then thrive in a world of gray. Or I can separate the night from the day. Say it's just one more pill, one tablet that'll help me feel like a better version of me. Because who needs to cope with anxiety, feelings to flee from my sweet husband's touch? Because that spot triggers me and I clutch at my throat and my stomach is suddenly sore. Recollections of nights spent on a damp floor, but hey, I could take one more pill. A capsule that'll help me to feel like a better version of me. Just a little more numb and less silly, touchy-feely. I blankly stare at my kids, hoping they don't do like mommy did and run far, far away. Because they couldn't stand the darkness they face every day by simply looking into the mirror. See, that pill makes that glass look clearer. Sure, it stifles my creativity, but hell, at least I get to see my daughters and they get to see me, and I can smile all day because that pill took mommy's feelings away, along with mommy's passions and mommy's bad dreams. I mean, who needs feelings when we have pills and tablets and capsules? From Cymbalta to Celebrex to Paxil. Why feel? Why feel? Why fear? Just take this pill and it all disappears behind my toddler's eyes, searching mine as she asks me if I am happy. I feel my anxiety rise. I'm not naked, but I am afraid to live in a world clouded by gray. Or I can separate the night from the day and take just one more pill. Pill was written when I started writing again after I've always written, but when I started performing again after the death of my brother. And I was struggling so badly that my doctor had to make adjustments to my antidepressants. And it's more anxiety, but the flip side of anxiety is depression. And so the back and forth, and just being like, am I going to do this forever? Am I going to do this forever? And finding that balance, knowing that I needed other coping skills in addition to medication, because relying on the medication alone was not going to get me to process the hurt, to get through the pain, and to overcome it. So that's when I wrote Peel. I wrote Peel after my brother's death.
During this period of adjusting?
Yes.
And the writing of the composition was part of that adjustment?
Say that again?
The writing of the poem was part of that?
Yes, because I won my first poetry for in third grade, my first award for poetry. So I've always written. I've had anxiety since I was a child. And my mother bought me a journal and a pen and said, I don't know what's wrong with you, but you got to write. And she was right. So I've always written. And then I was published in high school, and then I was writing. And then I went to college, and there was a slam poetry competition. And I was like, I used to be a pretty good poet. Let's see if I am. Made it to second in regionals. So I was like, okay. And then I got married, and then I had kids. And the whole time I was writing, but I wasn't performing. So it's like after the death of my brother, I decided I had to get back on that stage, because what did I have to lose? I had nothing else to lose, you know? So this one is called Epitome. And this took place after a conversation with a coworker. It was a very heated debate, and I'm very outspoken. And because we were at work, I kept trying to say, let's just drop this, let's just drop this. But he couldn't. And so I went home and I wrote Epitome. The definition of epitome is like the example of, the essence of. Okay, Goose? I take a deep breath to calm myself, because you are the example of ignorance and anger, of which this world has more than ample. I inhale and remember who I am as well as you. A black middle-class woman versus the man who bleeds red, white, and blue. But that blood that was spilt came from brown people too. Yet I exhale, remaining seated while you do you, clenching your fists and pacing as you refuse to drop the conversation where the topic is obviously too hot, too hard-headed to be taught. Although I yearn to teach, the rhetoric is hateful despite my attempt to beseech you to drop it. This hot topic just made you my foe, and this is the way the country goes, back and forth with two-party hate, a system that long ago obliterated the chance of our unity. So soon we will see how quickly our words become actions, how party lines puts us into factions, warring on opposite sides for the exact same thing, the right to live freely and be treated as a human being. But all I'm seeing is another white man telling me how he has the right to belittle who I am and use cold words like inner city to invoke pity from the other rural bystanders. The slander neither hidden nor regretted, because your right privilege alone means that you have been vetted, and everything you say is instantly true. My very being is a contradiction to everything you thought was impossible. Yes, I continue to sit patiently while you stand, pacing back and forth, clenching your hands, demonstrating to all that you truly can be exactly who I was afraid you were, the epitome. This one is called Reckoning. Sojourner proclaimed, ain't I a woman? Nearly 200 years later, the answer is still no. Black women aren't expected to be fragile. You only need YouTube to show you how the black woman is beat, the black woman is thrown down. We black women are struggling to pick up our crowns from the middle of a concrete street, heaving for breath while the white men beat and hurled their fists at a black woman. Reputation tarnished, she's guilty. She got locked up while they walked free, to the shame of the CU community. And the people of America refuse to see the pain of the black woman. Maybe y'all just don't give a damn. Politics show us the only voice that matters is the voice of a man, but fuck that. Black women have risen and we will rise again. We keep rising through the tears. We keep rising through the shame. We keep rising and we keep publicly sharing our pain, because those in power can lie, they can cheat, they can steal, but the black woman will bring you to your knees once we reveal the power of our collective, the power of our voice. I'm a goddamn woman. I'm not made for exploits. I'm not made for brutality. I'm not made for you just to fuck. I am a black woman, and if you against me, you better duck, because a reckoning is coming. It's called Fragile. I remind myself that I am not fragile. People will not tiptoe around me. My blackness is on full display to complement my femininity. I attempted to understand you. I put my heart and mind in your shoes, and now it's pounding out of sync to the rhythm of my blues. I am not supposed to be fragile. I am not expected to cry, but instead to throw back my shoulders and hold my head up high. I am not considered fragile. I am the epitome of strength, careful to not show my emotions, careful to disregard the length of my pain, expected to be perfect. You seldom allowed the privilege of a mistake. I did it all in the right order. You never wondered if it would make my mind break, if it would split my consciousness into two, the black, the female, in addition to the wife and the mother, the nurse, the friend, the sister to a brother, and each tile as a brick to my back, just as I attempt to swim. I am unable to be fragile, even though my patience is wearing thin of being expected to get over the past, expected to hide my pain. I pray that if I am reincarnated, Lord, please don't make me a black woman again, because I desperately need to be fragile, to be handled with tenderness and love, to have my very soul caressed and be praised, as I am capable of such amazing and beautiful things. I need to be able to fully express my pain instead of brushing it aside and acting like everything is okay. White girls want to be fragile like bombs, not fragile like the flowers. Black girls aren't even given a choice because our feelings simply don't matter. We are, and we're never expected to be fragile.